are these people?
We're going to start off with a story about water. Actually, water. What?
Water.
That's not supposed to show my tabs. What's going on here? Okay, anyway. Water. So, EPA reverses course, drops limits on 3 dangerous fire retardant chemicals. Yay! Let's get forever chemicals back in our drinking water. Okay, so this is out of Sludge, and I've got a few Sludge stories tonight. Sludge has been doing some killer work lately. Donald Shaw. All right. In a win for chemical companies like Chemours and 3M, the EPA has scrapped Biden administration rules targeting 3 toxic PFAS chemicals in drinking water, despite their links to cancer and immune system harm. That's not good. All right. Aaron Brockovich, I remember, celebrated this when they passed it. You know, this is bad. Echoing the demands of chemical industry lobbyists, Trump administration has moved to weaken Biden-era drinking water protections by halting regulations on 3 toxic forever chemicals linked to cancer, liver damage, and immune dysfunction. Why? Well, because they just want to undo everything that's already being done. The Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, of course, announced today that it will rescind drinking water regulations on 3 widely used per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, which are called PFAS, all right, along with a hazard index approach that treats them as a cumulative health threat when found together. So the cumulative effect can be worse and can certainly be cancerous, and they don't want us looking at that because, of course, they're there to protect their corporate buddies and their. This is straight corporate cronyism. Who's running the EPA right now? I'm not really sure. They'll probably mention the head of the EPA that Trump named here. But these fire retardant chemicals, which are used in everything from nonstick cookware to waterproof clothing and grease-proof
Lee
food.
Zeldin.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The douchebag from New York. A Zionist from New York. What a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Who was in Congress for years out of Long Island. He's a total asshole. All right.
Long Island.
Grease-proof food packaging are part of it. He ran for governor of New York and lost, I remember, too. Part of a class known as forever chemicals.
Long Island grease-proof.
Yeah, well, he's not grease-proof. He's full of grease. All right. Or their long-lasting. All right. They're known as forever chemicals for their long-lasting environmental impact and their resistance to breaking down the human body. Thanks. The chemicals have been found in tap water across the country and in the blood of 98% of Americans, so nothing that we need to worry about or anything. Scientific studies have linked exposure to elevated risks of kidney and testicular cancer, reproductive harm, metabolic disorders, and immune system suppression. Nothing to worry about there. Man, again, this is to protect against the lawsuits, honestly, because the minute that 98% of the country knows that they were poisoned with cancerous chemicals, they will start to try to sue. And this is meant to head off the lawsuit because people will start to realize, oh, if we take the chemicals out, people will stop getting sick. And then the people who were getting sick will realize that this is what was making them sick and sue us for that. That's what all of this is.
We don't have time for rational solutions.
This is all to avoid litigation. The decision is a sharp reversal from the Biden admin's regulations finalized a year ago, which included these substances alongside the better-known PFOA and PFOS, which will remain regulated. Well, at least they're doing something. Thanks.
Yeah.
The move follows years of lobbying and litigation threats from trade groups of chemical manufacturers, like we said, such as Chemours, 3M, and DuPont, which have been tied to widespread PFAS contamination. Of course, follow the money, which is what Sludge does an excellent job of doing. Right? In its announcement, the EPA said it was rescinding regulation of those substances to ensure its determinations follow the legal process laid out in the Safe Drinking Water Act. It's the same argument that chemical companies used when they were fighting the Biden regulations. But now they have a friendly, a more corporate-friendly president, unbelievably enough.
Yeah.
All right? Totally open to bribes. All they have to do is buy some Trump shitcoin and he'll let them do whatever the fuck they want. For example, in a May 2023 regulatory filing, Gen X maker Gen X maker Chemours argued that the EPA's proposed regulation of the chemicals violates the Safe Drinking Water Act by illegally regulating mixtures without statutory authority and bypassing its requirement that decisions regulate a containment are based on occurrence data. Well, you can't measure it, so it didn't occur. Like what?
Yep.
Public health advocates warn that removing these chemicals from the regulations leaves millions of Americans at continued risk. No surprise. The PFAS contamination crisis is much larger than just 2 chemicals, and there's increasing evidence that other fire retardant chemicals that pollute water harm health. Okay? Eliminating all PFAS chemicals from drinking water is an urgent public health priority. Sludge is $5 a month. It is one of the better outlets right now that's out there following what the hell's happening and holding people accountable. It's 2 guys. It's Donald Shaw and David Moore. And we're going to bring an article from David Moore later on tonight. So kudos to Sludge for staying on fire retardant chemicals. They're also doing good work on the crypto industry. They're one of the better ones out there, and for 2 dudes, and they're like they're a nonprofit, like legit registered nonprofit with no corporate funding whatsoever. So they are able to follow the money. We will not be remonetized for doing a story like that. Water ain't sexy. It's not sexy. Oh, you got to get that on the soundboard. I want that on the side. I just pointed to Reef, even though nobody can see that.
No.
It's not sexy.
Nope.
Yeah. So, not my cow. I don't know. They're talking about their moo cows, and somebody has a cow. That's awesome.
Ask them.
Ask them. Ask who?
Ask them.
No, I don't want to ask them. I don't want her to ask anyone.
Journalists, ask them the question.
We will. The way to monetize and support INN. Journalists who will ask them the question. Cash App, $, Indie News Network, Ko-fi.com/Indie News Network, PayPal.me/Indie News Network, INNnewsletter.com, and at IndieMediaToday.com as well. Let's go back here.
Money, please.
One more thing, that these highlighted names are the ones that regularly give and subscribe and support, and those are like the top of the leaderboard for our supporters. So we want to do a little something extra for those folks. So thank you, really. Support independent media, kids, because we need it more than ever. And I love you, and have a good night, fam.
Keep listening to what boats have to tell you.
No! We just fucking lost the stream!
You can't keep giving us nothing and think we're bluffing about coming for your heads. Why play civil if you won't listen? To 50,000 died, and now we know our mission. We form a militia, make Congress a prison.